Shiba Inu price prediction and Shiba Inu coin news today.
What's going on, everyone? Win with Ryan here, and we're going to start this video off with a quick giveaway. We're giving away $100, and all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment below. Every single comment gives you an entry to win, and then go over to winwithryan.com to make sure that you are subscribed to my Make Money newsletter. That's where we announce the winner every single month. So with that being said, keep winning.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, it looks like it played out just like we talked about yesterday. This is exciting. So as far as price predictions go, our predictions are still intact. In fact, we are just about to be there. So quad 037 is where our next level is going to be. Quad 037, just jumping right out the short-term price prediction. We do have our long-term price prediction we'll cover here in just a minute. You are currently looking at Shiba Inu on the daily charts. As you can see here, really, really positive news. This is the money flow here, this red indication here. Money has been flowing out severely for quite some time, and we are starting to finally head in the correct direction for money flow. We want to see it get here to the zero line and then get back above it where you can see the green. Now, the only issue we are currently running into today is that our volume weighted average price, this yellow line, is coming to the downside. Now, there is good news still. As you can see here, these dots are still green. The only issue is a lot of times when these green or when this yellow line starts to curve to the downside, as you can see when it went up here and then it curved to the downside, broke below that zero line. And that's when we had this big sell-off here. So right now it was trading sideways. It is trading up. As you can see here, this was sideways, but it was above the zero line, okay? And it dipped and it took off. Right now, this is the daily chart, by the way. You can also see right now that the RSI is sloping up here. So that's good news. So we have the RSI sloping up, but we do have the VWAP, volume weighted average price, coming down. So right now, if everything goes well and this price comes to just before the zero line, the volume weighted average price, and then turns back around, then we're looking good. And that's totally a possibility, because if you take a look here, what happened, look at this momentum to the downside, momentum wave to the downside. We had one little spike, momentum up, momentum wave down, momentum wave down. Now this is our first momentum wave to the upside that we've had in quite some time. So that's a good sign. We could even see to where this momentum wave plays out sideways for a little while, kind of like how you saw this momentum wave, because of the current sentiment in the market. The current sentiment in the market is people are getting excited, okay? People are fired back up about what potentially could happen. In fact, if we go look at Bitcoin, which Bitcoin rules the market, Bitcoin now has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green days out of the last 7 days. We had this little red doji here when it ran into its volume section. So you'll notice, where did Bitcoin have its problems? On this red line. This red line is actually where the mass amount of volume is traded. And that is all right here, is in this zone, which is also a volume supported support and resistance. So let's jump back over to Shiba Inu. And what do we have? This is our volume support and resistance. And we talked about this on the video yesterday as well. That is what, I mean, you can look very clearly what's going on here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on these three candles. And as you can see, wick, all running into that volume section. Now that went away because the amount of days inside of my little thing here is gone, but there you go, okay? So we did talk about this, and that's going to be a little bit of an interference. So today we are up another 5%, which is very positive. Remember, when we talked about this the other day, we had this support and supply and demand zone that it needed to break through. It broke through, which is very positive, broke through. It came down yesterday, retested that zone. And now today it has now used that to take off to the upside. So now what we need to do is we need to see Shiba Inu break through this zone right here, which is quad 034. So quad 034, if you guys remember, that's kind of where we were talking about with Shiba Inu being a good potential take profit. But quad 034 is our first interruption zone. Next level of where we want to go, quad 037. Quad 037. After we clear these couple of hurdles here, as you can see, these sharp spikes that poke out, they get less and less sharp, right? So this one's way sharp. Look how far out that one comes in. This one's even the most compared to this one when you zoom out, when you add these days. Now, if I take these days away, now we're back up to where our zone is that we're worried about right now, okay? And this is volume. Volume, yellow is the sellers, blue is the buyers. It doesn't matter which side it's on. It's just the amount of volume in each one of these candles, okay? So we're trying to break through here. We've already got our test zone. This is now hopefully becoming a support, which would be huge, huge, huge news for all Shiba Inu fans, that this would be a support. We do not obviously want this to break back down. Now let's zoom all the way out to the monthly and find out what's going on the Fibonacci. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and delete some of these indicators here so we have more room. There we go. We'll hide that away. Boom. All right, so now we have our monthly candles. We take our Fibonacci from the lowest point, which is actually right there, to the highest point, which is right there. And now we have our Fibonacci drawn properly. Let's make sure we got it. Yep, all the way to the bottom. Okay. So as we talked about a couple of days ago, this thing came all the way down. It actually breached even deeper than our 786, which was actually a very, very scary situation because that could have potentially put us falling all the way back down to the start, which would have been not cool. Okay. So right now, though, you can see all of this volume here. This was where, all of the initial buys were coming in. This is where initial, the initial takeoff took off from. Lots of volume there. Took off, bam, whoop, goes all the way up. A little bit of a outward indentation here, but look at this big indentation here. We've broke through that. That is really, really positive. We broke through this zone. So now we do actually have potential of absolute moonshot. All we need is Bitcoin. We just need the markets to stay with us for a certain period of time. In reality, we need it to stay with us for 2 or 3 months so we can get back up into the heights that we want to be in. What we can also keep in mind is there's 19 days left in this monthly candle. So this monthly candle went all the way down over 31 days. This monthly candle's already taken all of that ground back, and it's only been 3-4 days. 10 days. 10 days. All right, let's go to the weekly now. And here we are on our Fibonacci. So good news, we did break through the 0.70, and we are on our way back up to this 0.618 section, which we've been talking about. And you can see there's some interference here. We've broken through this massive amount of interference. We still have a little bit going on. Like right now, the interference we're running into right here at the quad 034 section. That's why we also have this wick here. But we can get this continuation going. So this weekly candle just started, and this still has 4 days and 1 hour left. So the weekly candle is looking good to the upside. Also interesting to note, this is the 21-day moving average, or 21-week moving average. We are now above the 21-week moving average, which is very, very powerful. So 2 strong weeks. We have officially broken above this previous red candle. Now, if we can break above this red candle, in reality, if we can break this and this red candle, so like we've talked about, this next supply and demand zone, once we break that, there is no real resistance except for just typical market. But I mean, like, this is all cluttered. There's lots of stuff going on all in here, pluses and minuses and so on. If we can break through this zone, though, we could hit a zone of absolute parabolic moves again, like we did over here, where boom, and then also the moonshot candle. Dropping back to the daily charts again here. Also a good sign. We have our 0.70 line that we have here in the Fibonacci, this white line, that has now become a support. So we had the 786 line that we needed to break. We broke it, and it never even became support, which was good. So we just flew right past it up to the 0.70. And then our next stop after we break this resistance will be the 0.50 line, which will be here. Our resistance that we already know that's coming next is that 0.618. So we've got some really good stepping stones on our way. Shiba Inu's looking strong. News is looking strong. Overall market's looking strong. Let's take a look at Ethereum. We are going to jump into the news for Shiba Inu and other news headlines around the world as well. So stick with me for just a couple more minutes. Before we do break, I did want to also show you huge, like the most important, biggest potential move coming out. Sorry, stuttering a little bit there because I'm so excited. But if this 21 moving average, once it crosses on the daily, this 50 moving average, that's the golden cross, that would be a sign of absolute moonshot potential. Jumping over here to Ethereum, we also have the same potential about to happen for Ethereum as well. So the 21 moving average is sitting right here. The 50 is still sloping down. When those two collide, we could see some really, really huge sparks going on. On the daily right now with Ethereum, you can see that the 200 moving average, which is this line right here, has not been crossed yet. The 200-day moving average for Ethereum, we need to break above that. So then we'll be above the 21, we'll be above the 50, we'll be above the 200, everything sloping to the upside. Let's take a look at what Market Cipher is showing us. Market Cipher showing us the money flow about to turn green on this. This is actually huge news. So last time money flow turned green, you can see what happened. All of this happened. Okay, there was the major pullback, but look at this, green and then green. We had these big giant moves. Okay, so if we can get back to money flowing in instead of out. So I mean, if you take a look here, where did red happen here, crossed over the zero line, money started pouring out right here. And it's been pouring out ever since. Now we finally have this nice start of momentum. Our moving averages are curling up. Everything's curling up. Ethereum just freaking absolutely pumping right now. 32.35. It is beautiful to see Ethereum back over 3,000 now for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. And it has broke above the 50 moving average. So if that closes above there, a lot of times that's the rejection. As you can see, in fact, yesterday, almost, well, I would say out of all the coins that we have over here highlighted, 90% of them actually ran in or just missed the 50-day moving average and rejected off, as Ethereum did as well. But it punctured through today. We have 9 minutes, 12 seconds left. Could this actually close above that section? That would be fantastic news. We do have a short-term Fibonacci drawn here. That is now invalidated because it broke above that, which is fantastic. Because we had a low here and we used that as the high there. That would be putting us at the next move, getting us to 37.58. So 3,700 incoming for Ethereum if we're continuing on this move to the upside, which it looks like it is. So the next stop, we're looking at 37.30, let's say 37.50. So we're not getting too overdone. But yes, 3,700, 37.50 for Ethereum coming in very soon. Hot news, man. This is fantastic news. Let's look at Bitcoin again. Bitcoin on the daily, like we talked about, it broke back above its trend line. It has been tapping that trend line for a little while now. Also, you can see here, money flow starting to get to the zero side and then pass over. Last time we were in green money flow was here, and you can see what happened. Green money flow, it flowed very well. There are a lot of people that are still skeptical about this Bitcoin run being a potential bull trap because everyone starts to pile in, but we'll know soon because once the 21 crosses over the 50, and if we can get this above the 200 moving average, that would be great as well. There's also some whisperings out there. Some people believe that even if Bitcoin doesn't go, it doesn't matter because Ethereum will continue to go. And this could be the stage where Ethereum flips Bitcoin, which would be just an absolute, that would be incredible. You know, if that happens, Ethereum has a lot of opportunity, a lot of potential. A lot of people are talking about, well, what if, because we know that a lot of corporations are now buying Bitcoin by the billions at a time. So what if corporations start buying Ethereum by the billions at a time, because the market cap, it would just multiply so quick. I mean, you could see double tripling. So what I mean by that is when we take a look here, currently Bitcoin sitting at 44,335. Okay. But the market cap is $840 billion. And remember, this has been up to $1 trillion very recently. But right now, Ethereum is sitting at 386. So basically $400 billion. Very, very close. Okay. So that means it only needs to double. So you only need $400 billion to come flowing into, I guess, $500 billion. $500 billion flowing in. So basically double this, and it could flip Bitcoin. And also, not to mention, if that momentum starts to happen like that, which would be just absolutely nuts. I mean, look at this. It's up 20%. Ethereum and Bitcoin up 20% in the last 7 days. That is just massively mind-blowing. But this has, because it's hard to move hundreds of billions of dollars worth of market cap. To do that is just nuts. So very cool. What could happen? Ethereum, they get some massive institutional buys coming in because, you know, everyone's realizing Web3 is here, and these corporations are going to have to build on Web3. And most people, they like Ethereum, even though it sucks, the fees and everything like that. It works, and everyone knows that it works, and that's a really big thing. So also keep an eye out for, obviously, Cardano. Is Cardano going to keep pumping? All they have to do is prove their transaction per second is real. Terra Luna, another blockchain, you know, Avalanche, Polkadot. So a lot of great things coming. Look at this though. Shiba Inu up 60%, baby. SHIB Army 60% representing hard, 6% today alone. Great to see Shiba Inu rebounding strong. Congratulations, all you SHIB Army members out there. And by the way, do not forget to become a member of the Run Guy Army. And here's how to do that.